Hello and welcome back to the Milan save on Football Manager 2023. Since last episode where we got knocked out of the Champions League by Real Madrid, we have played some league games and a cup game as well. So we'll run through all of those in today's episode, and we'll also play a match in today's episode. I'll not give anything away just yet, but let's run through the results since last episode. So in our first game after being knocked out of the Champions League, we went away from home to Venezia and we completely battered them 4-0. De Ketelaere getting a goal, Giroud getting a hat-trick, and the best possible way to come back from getting knocked out of the Champions League. We then had the second leg of our Coppa Italia semi-final against Atalanta. We were at home, so I was sort of thinking we would win, and we did. We won 1-0, De Ketelaere getting the one goal in that one. So we've made it through to the cup final, which is the game that I'll be bringing you today. We're going to be playing against Juve in the Coppa Italia final. So let's see if we can get another trophy in the bag. We then face Bologna at home in the league. Olivier Giroud with another hat-trick, De Ketelaere with another goal. Both of those players have been in fine form in the game since last episode. Another 3-0 win, this time against Monza. It was Diaz, Tonali, and then that man again, Olivier Giroud, on the score sheet in this one. But then we could only manage a 1-1 draw away from home against Verona. Giroud again scoring a goal, but we conceded a penalty just before half-time, and that was dispatched by Verdi, so we ended this one 1-1. And then we had the Milan derby, technically away from home, but not really, if you know what I mean. And we drew 0-0 against Inter, so I still think we're unbeaten against Inter in this save, except for one friendly defeat, which doesn't really count. But with all that said and done, we've also won the league already. We are Serie A champions once again. Obviously, just missed out last year to Atalanta. Won it in real life the year before, and we've won it this year. We've got 2 games left in the league season. We're currently 9 points clear of second place Lazio, but there's still a few teams in with a shout of Champions League qualification, so we'll keep an eye on that. Got a couple of teams relegated already, Venezia and Sampdoria. It looks like it's going to be one of a few teams, actually. Genoa, Bologna, Bari and Lecce, all in with a shout of going down. I just wanted to quickly show you the stats for Olivier Giroud this season, because they are unbelievable. He has got 43 goals in 44 starts in all competitions. 31 goals in 30 starts in the league, 8 goals in 10 starts in the Champions League. This man is a machine. He's like 36 years old, is he? He's 37 years old and he's still scoring goals, scoring so many goals in a season. It's unbelievable. Now, obviously, we're still in May. Transfer window's not opened yet, but we have made a signing ready for the summer. So, Rooney I don't know how to say that. Rooney Bargi. Let me know in the comments if I'm saying that incorrectly. I probably am. He's a Swedish attacking right midfielder, and he looks pretty decent, to be quite honest. His dribbling is a lovely standout, as it is technique. He's only 18 years old, so he's one for the future. Again, like I said, right winger. We're paying £10 million for him, which I think is a pretty good deal. There's obviously a lot of with our transfer vision sort of thing that the club want us to achieve, where we sign under 22 players. Of players that are under 22, I should say. There's obviously a lot of well-known ones out there, but they tend to be out of our price range. Our transfer budget for next season is 40 million, I think. So players like Bellingham and Mukoko, those sorts of players are going to be way too expensive. We're never going to get them. So we're going to have to just keep scouring for young talents like this that we might have to pay a bit extra for, but he had a minimum release clause of 10 million, so there was no way we were paying any more than that, and hopefully he can come good, just like Thiago Gouveia has, just like Datro Fofana, Samuel Vignato. We've had quite a few. We'll not talk about Bartosz Bielek because he's not done anything yet, but he's still got time. He's only, how old is he? 22. Yeah, he's only 22. But looking ahead to the match that we're playing today, the Coppa Italia final against Juve, one of the most successful teams in the competition's history, I believe. They've got, should be on the side actually, I think it's 13. It's 14. They've got 14 Coppa Italias. I think we've only got 5. Just double check here. Yeah, we've only won it 5 times. So Juve are the more accomplished side in this competition, and they're coming in to the final with better form than us as well. They've beaten both Bari and Genoa in the league, although both of those sides are of course battling relegation. So don't know how much you can compare to the teams that we've played in Verona and Inter. And Juve are also still trying to cement their place in the Champions League places for next season. You can see Roma could get up to 76 points if you look at the table. And that would be 1 point more than Juve, but they're in a pretty... I was about to say they're in a pretty good position, but they've actually got to play Lazio and Inter, so things could get a bit dicey for Juve. But obviously, we want to win this competition. It would be nice to get a double. I'd count it as a double because obviously we won the UEFA Super Cup, but we're not going to count this as a treble if we win this competition. Okay, so this is the lineup that we're going with for this cup final. We've got Milan in goal, we've got Zanoli at right back, Gabbia and Tomori in central defence. The rest needed for Pierre Kalulu today, who drops to the bench. Hernandez is at left back. We've got Pobega coming in for Benessa, who also needs a rest, alongside Tonali. Gouveia is at right wing. Yassine Adli with a very, very rare start for us in attacking centre midfield. Charles de Ketelaere is tired and needs a rest, and Samuel Vignato is still injured, so he's the best option that we've got currently in that position. Diaz is remaining at left wing, keeping Rafa Leao out of the squad for the moment, with Olivier Giroud up top by himself. The Juve, as I said, heading into this one with a bit better form than us. 4 wins in their last 5. We've got 3 wins and 2 draws in our last 5. We've not won the Coppa Italia, I believe it was since 2003. So this will be a big milestone, I guess. It's 21 years now in game since we last won a Coppa Italia. Theo Hernandez forward to Brahim Diaz. Now it's Tonali. We've been passing the ball around nicely for the best part of a minute now. Theo, though, going on one of his renowned runs down the left-hand side. Theo Hernandez, ball to the box. Yassine Adli, oh! That could have been a great way to mark your first start of the season. At least I think it's his first start of the season, Yassine Adli. Kulusevski, a chance for Juve, whips that in, headed by Pobega down to Tonali, who clears that, but that's going to come straight back into the danger zone, I think, as Juve have the ball once more with Pellegrini in the centre of the field. Ball looking towards Moretti. That should be collected by Tomori, and is Fikayo Tomori. Oh dear, no, Fikayo Tomori has given Juve it on a plate. Dusan Vlahovic with the opening goal of the game, and we're 1-0 down in the cup final. Fikayo Tomori, no idea what he was thinking there. Pellegrini with a long ball. Moretti was chasing it. And Tomori just tries to play it back to Maignan. He doesn't see Vlahovic is there, and Vlahovic has the easiest of finishes. 1-0 Juve after 15 minutes. Free kick. Tonali to take it. Can we get back on level terms? Giroud's there with a header, and of course we can, because Olivier Giroud plays for us. And Olivier Giroud could get 50 goals this season. He's on 44. He's got this game and 2 more league games to go. If he gets 6 goals, he's got 50 goals for the season, which is an incredible achievement for anybody. Great ball into the box, and as soon as you see that ball heading towards the forehead of Olivier Giroud, you're pretty confident that's going to be a goal. Another set piece. It's Tonali to take the corner. Whip to the back post to Giroud again. Okay, I slightly take back that you know it's going to be a goal every time it goes to his head, but it's close. It's close. He's got one already. Yet another free kick. Tonali to the back post once more to Giroud once again. He's headed it over the bar. He's had 3 chances in this first half. He could have a hat-trick already. He's just been a bit under the ball with those last 2 headers. As we make it to half-time, all square, 1-1. It's a corner for Juve. Moretti to take it. Is that Rabiot there? Adrian Rabiot with a header. And Juve have taken the lead again very early in this second half. And there's a highlight directly from the kickoff. Adli has immediately lost possession. I think I'm going to take him off. I was thinking about taking him off at half-time. He was on a 6.5 rating. He's dropped down to that, and I've literally just witnessed him walk the ball back into Juve's possession after we've had like 2 touches of the ball. We'll let this highlight play out before we take him off, but it's not looking promising. Pellegrini running down the left-hand side for Juve. Skips past the defender. Pellegrini plays that across the field to Kulusevski. And Kulusevski, great save from Maignan. I thought that was going to curl in there from Kulusevski, but it was a good save in the end by the goalkeeper. So Yassine Adli, not performed well at all. The question is, do we bring de Ketelaere on? I think we do. He's pretty much on the same level of condition now as Yassine Adli was. So hopefully de Ketelaere can change things for us. Diaz as well is on a 6.5. I'm going to bring Rafa Leao on for him. We'll see if Rafa Leao can help us out here. And then at the back, Gabbia is on a 6.4. We'll bring Kalulu on for him at centre back. It's 3 changes. I don't think I need to do a team talk because they all look motivated. Let's see what happens from this corner though. Moretti with the ball in, and that is claimed by Milan. Zanoli with a throw in an advanced position, and that is a waste of a throw in. Danilo heads that away. De Ketelaere wins it for us though. Now Teo on the edge of the box tried to find Thiago Gouveia, but that's cleared. And Vlahovic can nod that down to Chiesa, and Juve are on the attack once more with Dusan Vlahovic. He's got 1 goal already today. Vlahovic plays it across to Chiesa. Chiesa with space to run into. We need to get a challenge in. Zanoli's making him go wide, but Chiesa's going to get a chance to get a ball in here to the back post towards Moretti, headed away by Teo, but Juve are still on the ball with Danilo. Danilo forward towards Kulusevski, but it's intercepted well by the substitute Rafa Leao, and he's played the back pass that Tomori did in the first half, but fortunately he managed to find the feet of our goalkeeper. But Pobega has found the feet of Chiesa, and Juve have possession once more. We've just been so sloppy today. I don't know if the lads are on the holidays already because they've won the league, as that ball goes through to Moretti. Moretti into the box to Vlahovic with a header, and that is 3-1 to Juve now. Dusan Vlahovic with his second of the game, and it all stems from Tommaso Pobega's poor passing. So we're going to take Pobega off after that mistake, and we'll bring on Benessa. I know I didn't take Tomori off in the first half, but that was the first half, and that was just terrible from Pobega. Throw in for Juve. Looks like it's going to be another opportunity for them to possibly get a fourth in this final. It's Danilo. Plays that back to Bremer. Can we win the ball back? We can't, because Pellegrini's got a mile of space on the left-hand side. He finds Chiesa inside, looking for Vlahovic, intercepted by Tonali. Now Kalulu can bring this forward with Gouveia. Benessa, back to Gouveia. Just need to make sure we don't give away possession sloppily. That's been our issue today. It's all well and good, all this passing, but he's lost the ball. Never mind. Tonali, dispossessed. Vlahovic looking for his hat-trick, and that is an easy save for Mike Maignan. Corner for Juve. Moretti to take it towards Vlahovic again. And we've got away with one there. It hit off the post and then cleared, hooked away by De Ketelaere. So 70 minutes gone, just about. We're gonna switch it up to attacking. We'll see what happens. Free kick happens for Juve. Moretti into the box towards Bremer, headed away by Tomori, but that's going to stay in possession with Juve, and Chiesa's got it, but that's a good tackle from Rafa Leao on the wrong side there. We keep doing that back pass, not a fan of it, and what is that? Mike Maignan thinking, you know what, Fakeo, you know what, Tommaso, I want to get in on this. I quite fancy giving Juve possession myself. I'll just pass this out to Kulusevski. Give him a nice little option to get himself a goal in this cup final. I know that he'll probably do it. Nice. Well done. Lovely. Lovely, Maignan. Nice little gift for him. Right, we're going to do something outrageous now because, this game's lost already, really, isn't it? So we're going to go with 2 up top. We're going to take off Tonali and we'll bring on Moussa Dembele. We'll stick Moussa Dembele as an advanced forward on attack. Giroud can remain as a target forward on support. I'm going to switch Zanoli up to wing back on attack. And yeah, let's see how this goes then. 20 minutes left. We're 4-win down. 4-win. That's not how you pronounce one. We're 4-1 down. Got to do something different. We end up getting beat 6-1. At least I've tried. It's Locatelli on the ball. And we should pick this up. Please pick this up, Zanoli. Don't play it back to a man in black and white. Maignan clears that towards Giroud, the target man. Doesn't win it. Omaragic. His head is collected by De Ketelaere, but that's a great challenge, but it falls to Rafa Leao. Can we get a goal back? It's Rafa Leao running down the left-hand side now. We need to get a ball in the box. We've got plenty of men in there to find. He tried to lose the ball there, but thankfully got it back. And that's headed away by Pellegrini. Zanoli is hopefully going to collect this and not give the ball away to Chiesa. He plays the ball forward, gives it away to Pellegrini instead. Pellegrini's clearance is collected by Zanoli though, and now Benessa in the centre of the field are one defensive midfielder now. That is going to fall to Rafa Leao at the back post. Rafa Leao into the box. Dembele's there. We've got one back. Moussa Dembele. It's 4-2. His 9th goal of the season. Lovely assist from Rafa Leao, and Dembele with a tap in. 16 minutes to get 2 goals to level this. Is it possible? Free kick. It could be possible. Benessa to take. He needs to cross it to the back post. De Ketelaere's there with a header, and it's just over the bar. It's just reminded me of the headed chances that Giroud missed in the first half. If any of them had gone in, would have been such a different story, as Juve have a corner. Moretti to the back post. Leao heads it away. Can De Ketelaere get to it first? He's in a foot race with Chiesa. Chiesa gets there first, and he's played that back to Rabiot. Now Pellegrini, forward to Chiesa, through to Vlahovic. Vlahovic for the hat-trick. Vlahovic with his hat-trick. And game over. Unless the referee is going to check with VAR. Our defenders are appealing for an offside here. I'm not sure whether it was. I'm still not sure whether it was because it's not come up with the box. It doesn't look like he's offside. Pretty sure he's in line with Tomori there. And we'll find out in this one with a tight offside. Yeah, he's not off. Vlahovic onside. 3 goals for him today. 5 goals for Juve. We've got a free kick. Benessa takes it. And that's pulled wide. You can't get a third for us. It's looking very, very, very highly unlikely that we're gonna get anything from this game today. 10 minutes left. Ball up to Vlahovic. Nods it down to Chiesa. Juve on the attack again, looking for a 6th. Dembele with some good tracking back there. Wins the ball. Plays it forward towards Giroud. But Giroud's not got the legs to catch that, Dembele. Do you know who you're passing to there? He's a 37-year-old man. He can't run as fast as he used to. Cambiasso plays the ball forward. That should be intercepted by Zanoli, and it is. Can he get us on the attack, or is he going to get dispossessed? He plays it back to Kalulu instead. Now Thiago Gouveia. Forward to Giroud. Zanoli with a bit of space to run into if he's got the legs for it. Not sure if he will have. He's been playing all game so far. Zanoli running down his right-hand side. Plenty of options in the box. Can he find one? He finds Dembele, and it's another Dembele goal. It's 5-3. We're back to being just 2 goals behind with less than 10 minutes left of the game. It's been an entertaining one. You can't say it hasn't. It's not looking positive from our end, but for the neutral, a 5-3 cup final, you can't really complain about that. Zanoli with a great ball in, and Dembele gets a bit of luck, deflection off the defender to take it past the keeper, but still managed to score. Corner for Juve into stoppage time. We've got 5 minutes of added time. Omaragic with a header, and that is a good save from Mike Maignan. Kalulu with a long ball forward towards Gouveia, headed away by Cambiasso, and down from Locatelli to Kostic, and Kostic skips past Zanoli there. Kostic moving forward down the left-hand side for Juve, looking to get a 6th goal. It's Locatelli into the box, Kulusevski, and that is a 6th goal. It's going to go to VAR because there's question marks over whether it was onside or offside once again, but I mean, the game's over anyway. We're into the 3rd minute of added time. There was no way we were going to get another 2 goals. We're checking with VAR, and the goal has been given once again, 6-3 to Juve. Dejan Kulusevski with his 17th goal of the season. We don't want to see it again. I just want the full-time whistle. And there is the full-time whistle, and here is the trophy celebration. Do we really need to see it? I don't think we do. I'm gonna just skip that. We'll not make the pain last longer than it has to. So after that cup final disappointment, I'm gonna go and play the Genoa and Torino games off camera, and then I'll be back in a second with our usual season review that we do at the end of each season. So we played those 2 league games off camera, and we'll start with the game against Genoa. We won 2-1 against Genoa. Giroud getting a goal in this one, and Dembele getting the other one, with Gudmundsson getting consolation for Genoa in the end. He did score the equaliser, but Dembele scored 7 minutes after that. And then we beat Torino by 2-0 also, with Giroud on the score sheet once more, De Ketelaere getting our 2nd goal. And that goal from Giroud could, unfortunately, be his last in football. Olivier Giroud has announced his retirement at the end of this season. I've asked him to reconsider, because a man that scored 46 goals and 47 starts this season, I mean, I can completely understand why he might want to retire. Retire at the end, at the peak of your career, where you've scored so many goals that it's actually borderline unbelievable. You've nearly broken the 50 goal mark for the season. I can completely understand why he'd want to do that, but obviously he's a proven goal scorer. He scored so many goals for us. If I can convince him to do one more season, that would be great. If not, of course, we do have Dembele, and we have a few youngsters as well that can come into the striker position. But with all that said and done, this is the final Serie A table. Of course, we finishing? That's not English. We finished top of the table. Napoli, Lazio and Juve join us in the Champions League next season. Roma and Atalanta in the Europa League, with Inter in the lowly Europa Conference League. Let's all laugh at our rivals. And then relegated, Bari, Sampdoria and Venezia. We knew about 2 of them. Bari joining Sampdoria and Venezia on the last game of the season. Just relegated by 1 point from Bologna. So it's time for the end of season review now. You can see our 2 little trophies that we picked up there, the league title and the UEFA Super Cup. We'll take a quick look at our signings, what the board think. They're disappointed by the first one, Marco de Graca. I don't blame them. The youngster, but he's not actually that young. Brought in for 195,000 and he only played 3 times, twice off the bench, getting 1 assist. But yeah, they would have probably expected more. But then again, we didn't pay that much money for him. Moussa Dembele, I mean, I'm not sure about that one. They've graded him an F as a signing. He got 11 goals for us. I guess it's more about the... if I just read what it's about, I'll find out. It's about the transfer fee and the wage. Okay, I can understand that. But then if Giroud leaves us, then Moussa Dembele is our number 1 striker. So it'll be completely fair. Thiago Gouveia, again, they're not happy about the cost of him at 9 million. But I think he's proven his worth this season. 9 goals, 6 assists from 39 starts. He's been pretty good. Datro Fofana, that's one that the board seemed to have liked. A B+ grade for him, coming in for 5 million from Molde. I just got distracted there by this. I don't know why these teams are here. It's a bit confusing. Is that the team they played for before they played for the team that we bought them from? I don't really know. Datro Fofana doing all right when he came in. 4 goals, 8 assists. Brahim Diaz, he was being graded a C for £19 million. Again, 5 goals, 9 assists is pretty good for him. And then Bartosz Bielek, I knew that would be an F. He's not really played that much for us. That's 2 22-year-old strikers that we brought in and not really played much. But hopefully they'll get a bit more game time next season. Well, they definitely will if Giroud is no longer with us. We'll quickly run through the transfers out. So the board are happy with Divock Origi leaving. They're all right with Junior Messias leaving. Mattia Caldara, they're happy about leaving. Same with Marco Nasti. Alexis Salamakers, they're okay about. Florenzi, they're okay about. Giovanni Robotti, they're all right about. Radek Krunic, they're not too happy about. But how did he do, actually? He didn't play that many times for Crystal Palace. How did Salamakers do? Salamakers, 33 games, 5 goals, 2 assists for Tottenham. And then Divock Origi is lighting it up in wherever Shabab Al-Ali plays. At UAE, it is UAE. Divock Origi is loving it there. 22 goals in 39 games for him. Junior Messias doing well in Portugal as well. It's nice to see the old players do well. I'll not bother looking at any of them because they're all just youth players. I'll not run through all of these players that we've got loaned out, but Marko Lazetic, he's another young striker. He's done quite well on loan at Girona this season. 5 goals and 19 appearances is quite well, I guess, for a 20-year-old striker. I didn't see how many goals he had before I said that. I thought he'd done better than that. So in terms of how we did in the competitions we were in, the Serie A, finishing top, board are pleased with that. We're going to get a B- for finishing top of the table. I don't know what we'd have to do to get an A. Champions League, they're all right with that. We got knocked out by Real Madrid. Obviously, Real Madrid's Champions League specialists. We won the Super Cup. They weren't really bothered about it. And Coppa Italia, they were pleased that we got to the final. Moments to remember, a 6-1 thrashing of Porto in the Champions League. The match to remember was a 2-1 victory in the Milan derby over Inter, of course, because that's the Milan derby. And the goal of the season, Sandro Tonali. So let's take a look at this. So Pobega plays that to Tonali. It's from some distance out. Surely he's not going to shoot from there, was he? I can't remember this goal. A turn and then a beautifully accurate shot into the bottom corner of the goal in our 3-0 victory over Monza. In terms of finances, our sponsorship's gone up, broadcast revenue and corporate hospitality gone down, competition prize money has gone up, and matchday commercial and retail has gone down slightly. Shirt sales, Leao, top shirt seller with Tonali, De Ketelaere, Giroud and Pobega following on behind. I'm a bit disappointed to not see Benessa in there. Thought he might be in and around there, but clearly not. And then in terms of how we lined up, this is our team of the season, I guess. And I'm pretty sure I agree with it all. I mean, of course, Rafa Leao didn't get as many games this season as he did last because he got injured and Brahim Diaz came in and did a good job for him. But yeah, Leao was probably our first choice attacking left winger. Now for the awards, there's a lot of awards to go through. We'll go through the club awards first. So Olivier Giroud picking up the fans player of the season. Understandable. The man's a legend. Young player of the season, Rafa Leao, despite the fact that he had less games this season than the previous season due to his injury. Signing of the season, Brahim Diaz obviously coming in, doing well in place of Leao. We've already seen goal of the season. Top goal scorer is obvious. It's Olivier Giroud with 46 goals. Most assists was Ismail Benessa. Another reason why I thought he might be in the top shirt sellers, but clearly not, with 13 assists. Giroud also picking up the most player of the match awards, understandably, because he got a few hat-tricks in the season. 13 of them. Rafa Leao with the highest average rating with 7.5 rating. And Simon Kjær with the most passes completed per 90 minutes. The most pointless of the club awards. And now for the competition awards, and we've been cleaning up in these as well. We've got Charles de Ketelaere winning the MVP Miglior Giovanni della Serie A. Young player, maybe? No? I don't know. It'd be really good if they could give me some clue as to what it is. Olivier Giroud picking up that award and that award. And exemplary career Serie A player of the year, Olivier Giroud. That is most deserved for him. MVP Miglior Attaccante della Serie A. I'm assuming that's best attacking player, Olivier Giroud. He's won a French award as well, Olivier Giroud. Theo Hernandez, best defender. Mike Maignan, best goalkeeper. Another goalkeeper awards here, maybe? Don't know. Let me know in the comment section. Not sure what all of these mean. Anyone can translate them. That would be great. And then some record breakers as well. Olivier Giroud has got the club record for the most overall goals by a player in a season. Most assists by a player in a season. Ismail Benessa's got that. Mike Maignan got most clean sheets by a player in a season. And Olivier Giroud's picked up most player of the match awards in a season as well. You can see a few quotes there if you wanted to pause it. And then we'll go to the dynamic manager timeline. So obviously we saw this part last year all the way up to a good impression, I think. And then we've got making it rain. So I passed £37 million spent on transfers as manager. We won the Super Cup, reached a record of £81 million spent on transfers. There's a lot of transfer related stuff on here. Brought in a club record 59 million from transfer fees. So I'm not just spending, I'm also bringing the money in as well. Got my 100th match in the loss against Real Madrid. Disappointing way to celebrate my 100th game. Won Serie A. Mike Maignan was the best goalkeeper in Serie A once again for the second season in a row. And Olivier Giroud scored 46 times to break Milan's club record for goals in a season. A record that had stood since 1950 to 51 season. That's a long time. One other record that we broke, and you can see it just here where I'm hovering the mouse. Most points in a season, 91 points. The previous record was 88. We've beaten it by 3 points. So record breakers we are. And I'm pretty sure this is quite similar to last season as well, but we've lost a bit of our core supporters and we've gained more fair weather ones. Not really sure what's going on in Milan there. And there has been rumblings in my inbox that we might be going to get taken over, and I've just come into I'm discussing my club vision for the next season with the managing director, and at the top it says we're in a takeover process. So that's a bit scary. Hopefully they like me. I've just won stuff, so don't sack me, please, whoever's going to come in. My contract, obviously, as you can see there, is expiring at the end of next season, so hopefully they're going to offer me a new one. I mean, I've just brought them another trophy to their cabinet. But objectives for next season, I'm going to continue, apparently, with the signing of players under the age of 22 for the first team, which is fine. Working within the wage budget, as always. They've added in increased commercial revenue because it makes good business sense for the club to increase its commercial revenue to match that of our rivals. And they've also added in to maintain the club's status as the most reputable team in Italy. So I achieved that last one because that was one of our goals previously, was to become the most reputable team in Italy. So we've done it. So we just need to stay there now. And then they still just want us to offer minimum 4-year contracts for first team players. And our goals for the end of next season, none, because we're in the takeover process. So they've altered the 5-year plan. Expected to continue to win Serie A for the rest of the 5-year plan, I guess. We'll just confirm. It's probably going to change because we're going to get new owners, maybe. So before we end this episode, we're just going to take a look at our squad and I'll run through some players that might not be here next season. So with the first one we'll go through from the goalkeepers. Antonio Morante is retiring, so he's obviously not going to be here next season. In terms of our other goalkeepers, I think I'll hold on to all of them, as I've just changed that. In fact, let's just get rid of that so that we don't have to faff on with it. I think we'll keep all the other three. Faris Yusufu, obviously a young goalkeeper, 19 years old. Youngdal is our backup keeper. He's still quite young himself, ironically, considering his name's Youngdal. So we'll not concern ourselves with that. Simon Kjaer, I've been saying this for a few years now, but he's going to get phased out of the team. We've obviously got Fakayo, Gabia. We've got Viti, who's going to be in. He's obviously been on loan at Nice. How has he been doing on loan, actually? Not been checking that out. Have they been playing him? Played 14 times this season for Nice. Oh, he got injured. Fair enough. But yeah, Viti is going to be in the squad then. We've obviously got Kalulu as well. So that's four decent centre-backs that we've got in there. So Kjaer might get moved on. We'll see if there's any interest in him. He's obviously 35 years old. It might be a case of just keeping him around for a bit more experience and to help the dynamics a bit. Right back, Singo and Zanoli, they're doing very well. Right back, so got no qualms about that. Singo, there's interest in him from Dortmund and Spurs, I think that was. So if they make a good enough offer, we might sell him. Got Zanoli, who's decent enough. Defensive midfield, we've got... And actually, no, we won't go to defensive midfield first. We'll go to left back. So we've got Theo Hernandez, Ballatore and Rui. Ballatore has got some interest in him. And I'm slightly tempted to listen to offers to him. But that's mainly because Jonas Rui's done quite well when he's come into the squad. He's not great on star ratings, but I don't know if that's just because whoever's given that rating isn't that great. But yeah, he's done all right when he's come in. So we'll listen to offers for Ballatore probably. In defensive midfield, we've got a few youngsters. We've got 18-year-old Noel Aseko and Keeley. He's probably going to go out on loan, I reckon. Thorir Johan Helgeson has been out on loan this season. He's 23 years old. Signed him in the first season. Need to really give him a chance next year, or just get rid of him. He's played 37 games in Serie B this year. 6.93 average rating. It's all right. The issue is we've got so many good other defensive midfielders. Our main four, Malik Thior, Pabega, Tonali and Benesa, I don't see any of them leaving anytime soon unless we get some ridiculous offer for them. I've set their valuation very high, or at least I have, especially for Benesa and Tonali. They're over £100 million, my valuation for them, so they're not really going to be leaving. So I might have to move him on, Helgeson. Signed him for 3.3 million. Not sure if I'll be able to get that back or not. Doesn't look like it. So might be making a bit of a loss on him. Kevin Zaroli is another youngster that we've got. Has he been out on loan anywhere yet? He was out on loan in Serie C last season. Did all right. He's done all right when he came in this season. We'll see if we can get him a loan next year. Charles de Ketelaere, obviously want to keep a hold of him. Antonio Majanic's contract is up and we're not renewing it, so it'll be goodbye to him. Yassine Adli, going to actively try and sell. We've got a few clubs that are interested in him, so hopefully we can get at least 9 million for him as is rated there, or as is listed there. Ante Rebic is moving on to Lyon. That was part of his loan agreement. He played enough games for them, so they've activated the clause which sells him on to them. Brahim Diaz, obviously he's going to stay. We just signed him last year. Thiago Gouveia as well. I'd like him to stay, even though he's got interested in him from Monaco. We've got Shaka Traore, who I didn't mean to click on there, but you can have a good look at him here. He's been out on loan this season, and he's done all right, I think. Maybe I did mean to click on him subconsciously. He's done more than all right, actually, in Serie C for Virtus Entella. 14 goals, 10 assists in 33 appearances. A lot better than his loan spell at Torres the season before. I think it might be another loan out for him next year. Don't know, we'll see. It might be worth giving him a bit of a chance next year. We do have a lot of wingers, though. Marco de Graca, as I said earlier, I want him to get a bit of a chance in the side. Same with Bartosz Bielek. Obviously, they are strikers, so if Giroud leaves, they're going to have a bit more opportunity. Samuel Ivignato, he's been doing brilliantly when he's played. He's had a bit of a long-term injury, broken ankle. He'll hopefully come back just as good as he was previously. Dato Fofana will be keeping a hold of him. Daniel Maldini is one that I'm not sure of. Now, I think in real life he has actually played for Milan a few times. Yeah, he has. He's played a few times across these 3 seasons here, but I've never really given him a chance. I'm not sure whether to give him a chance. I'm not sure I've got space to give him a chance, if I'm honest. he's declining in ability. That's probably my fault for loaning him out to Serie B. It might be time for him to move on as well. Same with Andrea Capone. He's been out on loan this season, 22 years old. I don't see him getting a chance in the team at any point, so we'll probably move him on. Rafa Leao is obviously going to be here for life on his ridiculously high £180,000 per week. But we'll not concentrate on that. Emil Roback, again, he's been out on loan as well, 21-year-old Swede. And I think we're probably going to get rid of him as well. He's had a loan spell at Latina in Serie B. He's not played that many times for them. Not done that well when he has played for them. So not really impressed. Marko Lazetic, spoke about him earlier. I'd quite like to give him a bit of a chance next year. Or we could just sell him. I mean, I can see he's valued at up to 15 million. He's got experience playing in La Liga now pretty solidly for most of the season. We did give him a few games last season in Serie A. That bit more match experience might help him out. And then obviously Giroud, we'll see what happens with him. No word on if he's reconsidered his retirement or not. And Dembele, he'll be number one striker if Giroud does reconsider his retirement. So one last news item before we end the episode. Our youth facilities have been downgraded. So I requested an upgrade, basically, from the board and didn't get it. It was rejected. It says because of our present financial situation, which is fair enough. We do only have a 700,000, just less than 700,000 bank balance, but I imagine that's going to get an injection of cash in the summer. And then we got this news through that our owner has now changed his mind about the takeover that was apparently happening, and now he's happy to stay. So hopefully he's going to give me some money. I don't necessarily need it, but it's just always nice to have a lot of money in this little section over here. We do obviously have a lot of money to spend, 36 million. We've brought in that Rooney Bargi, or Bardgi, not sure how to say his name. But yeah, we'll see what happens with all those players that I showed you a second ago. But that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the season. I hope you're enjoying the series. Hopefully next year we're going to win the Champions League. Although I don't really want the save to end. I'm quite enjoying managing Milan. We're being quite successful, if not for the purpose of what the save is for. So next episode we will be back with probably the first Champions League games of next season, and we'll run through any transfers that have happened. We'll run through whatever's happened in the league as well. We'll let you know if a takeover's happened. We'll know if Olivier Giroud has retired or not, and if Dembele is now our star man up front. We'll know all of that in the next episode. So if you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to get all my content when it comes out, hit the notification bell to stay notified, and I'll see you next time.